Okay, in this lesson we're trying to understand how to reflect a point. And we'll be doing it with the Desmos blue point rule, which is pretty cool. It allows you to play around with the dots a bit. And again, reflecting points means to flip a dot like across a mirror. And we'll take a look what that looks like in this Desmos activity. So the first slide you go to is going to look like this, and you go ahead and drag this red dot around and you watch the blue dot and just play with this for a while. What's actually happening? Kind of cool. Watch if I swap spots, if I keep going this direction, what will happen? Notice how they switch places, and they're asking you, if you know where the red point is, how can you predict where the blue point will be? So you play around with this until you get a feel for it, and then on the next slide where we do our predictions, they've put this one in place, and they're asking you, all right, can you figure out where this blue dot should be? Should it be over here? And if it's not there, you get a sad face, reset, and move it around again. And I'm going to notice that I'm flipping it on the other side of this y-axis, and I should be here, and if I do it right, yay, I get a happy face. Let's take a closer look at it here, what's actually happening. You have this reflection point that's on the y-axis, and I'm going to call it a mirror. And what we're doing is we're going the exact number of spaces to the other side. If we zoom in on that a bit, we can see, like, if the original red dot were here, I can count that it's 1, 2, 3 spaces away from my mirror, from my reflection point. So the blue dot has to be the same number of spaces, 1, 2, 3, on the other side. And we can say, my rule would be, where will the blue dot be? We flip it to the other side of the mirror. Now the last slide that they give you is going to ask you to write the rule, but they don't want just these words, we flip it to the other side of the mirror. That's actually what's happening. But how do we write that with math? If I have a point AB, where will the reflected point be? And what they're wanting you to notice is that this coordinate here is at 3, 5, and this one over here on the complete opposite side is going to be at -3, 5. And so what we say is that the new point, all it does is take your x coordinate, in this case a 3, and makes it the opposite, or -3. So what if this were down here like this, at a 5? Well, then this would be at a -5, and it will be over here, and the b coordinate doesn't change. This is still down at -5, and so that never changes. And so we find no matter where I am, let's go on the other side. If this is -1, then a -1 becomes a +1, and I'm over here, and your y coordinate doesn't change. So we would write the full rule like this: reflect point 8b, and it will become -8b, and that's how we reflect across the y-axis. All right, try this on your own, see how you do.